I want to show you what are the practical things you should be doing. If you go on to LinkedIn, there's all this stuff about how LinkedIn is the best thing since sliced bread for your business. If you go on to Facebook, doggone it, there's people advertising Facebook all over the place. In fact, if you're a business owner, you have advertisers telling you how they're going to make you money on Facebook. That might work. If you go on to YouTube, you're going to see all these gurus talking about how they make you money. I'm going to talk about 3 things that you can do that will actually make some big impact no matter who gets around you, right? Because I think for the way we work, we're all about helping businesses get more leads, get more of the right leads, and then close those deals, because traffic and getting people to your website or getting people in conversation with you doesn't do much if you have unclear, clever messaging that doesn't really connect. If you can't show that you're worthy of trust and that you can execute, they're not going to close with you, right? And then no matter what, I think that all that you do with your customers, it's like a relationship. Just like if you were trying, when I met my wife, if you move too fast and ask for the sale too fast, it gets weird. It's like trying to move too fast in any relationship. Pick your analogy, right? I think there's 3 stages, and we work with these 3 stages. 1, you have curiosity. 2, you have enlightenment. 3, you have commitment, right? Don't go for commitment too early, but don't beat around the bush when you're engaging with people. I think you pique their curiosity with ways that you make their life better by helping them thrive or survive. And then you have to show them and be the guide to help them become enlightened as to how you truly will make their life better and solve their problem. And that can be everything from, we use a lot of PDFs, lead magnets, videos, your website, emails, stuff like that, to move them, and so that you can kind of show that you're worthy of trust. In that can be testimonials and Google reviews. And then when it comes time to take a commitment, the things that actually cause them to go, this guy's obvious, these folks, this gal is actually worthy of my trust, this business is worthy of my trust, I'm gonna give them a call. The thing that actually lets you do that, there's a couple things, and then we get into the logistics of what does that look like. But anyways, here's some really good stuff you can do that will just help, right? So you're grinding away, you're working, and how do you actually do some stuff that matters? Well, first off, if you're in the construction services industry, or no matter where you are, take pictures of the work you're doing like crazy and do them on your phone. And when you do it with your phone, what's happening is it will actually put in the latitude and longitude of the photo that you have. Once you've done that, take those photos, and I would put them onto your website. A lot of times you'll have a section, a blog section, or maybe a services section, or maybe you have a landing page made for a certain area or criteria, whether it's a service or a region. And by posting those on your website and sharing what you're doing, share the work that you do, and use pictures that you've actually taken on site. It's kind of weird. We've seen all sorts of stuff. There are all of these hundreds of little signals that Google's and Bing are going, oh, this is relevant to this region. And sometimes those latitude and longitude photos can actually nudge you in the right direction. Besides the fact that the person is seeing, your prospect is seeing that you do work, that you're real, you have a pulse. You're not some weird firm out in whatever area that actually doesn't do this work. You actually do this work, right? So taking pictures and posting them on your website also creates a permanency. Everything else is temporary. So I would say take those pictures, also put them on Facebook, put them on LinkedIn, put them on Twitter, put them on Instagram. Yeah, that's all 4 of them. You can use an app like Later or Hootsuite. Hootsuite's pretty cheap, and you can just share it to all 4 all at once and just get them out there so that they're out there, right? So people see that you have a pulse and you do business there. But putting it on your website has a permanency. And then the second place that's super important is your Google My Business and your Bing places. But Google My Business, get that app and start posting those pictures to Google My Business. That's probably the most important thing. You have a series of stuff you can do a general post, you can do an event, you can do an update, you can do an offer. Just make sure that you've got activity going in there and they can see what you're doing. Sometimes you brand it, but really what we're trying to do is we're trying to send signals to Google, Bing, and people. 80% people, 20% search engines, that you're doing business there and what it looks like. So take pictures and do that. The second thing that I would do is make sure that you are creating content on your website that answers the questions your customers have, right? And this is really hard. Most of you are too busy to sit down and do a bunch of homework. Most of you are you're not the type that would be like, hey, let me write an essay right now, right? But if you can sit and grab your phone and open your dictation, okay, and think of what are 3 questions my customers always have about XYZ, and then write a guide on how to solve that. right? So it could be, when do you need drain tile versus sealing your basement? Sealing your basement versus, or what to do, 3 things to do when your basement is leaking, right? How to fix a leaking basement, how to identify a leaking basement, what does water on the floor mean to you? Line up a bunch of these questions and then sit there and think of headers that are other subtopics within that, and then answer them with a paragraph and put them on your blog. Okay, put them on your blog so that you're sending signals to people and search engines that you solve these questions. And here's the hard thing. So we do this with people, but what we found as an SEO firm is that the blogging that we're going to do always has to be in tandem with you. So as part of our services, we're often doing blogging, but it's not just blogging like, hey, here's 5 ways to, whatever, that's just pointless. It needs to be real and authentic and helpful. Don't write blog posts that aren't authentic and real and work. That's not going to help anymore, okay? But you have insider knowledge. You understand how this goes. And then here's the other thing. If you're in a more transactional, like I've got some of these businesses that are in such a transactional sector industry that it almost doesn't make sense to like, here's how I get rid of your junk, right? There's a whole other set of tactics that work really well in that industry, but those are secret. Sometimes when you find yourself maybe in house cleaning, you could write all these blogs about how to clean your house. That's just nonsense. What you can do is tap into what's it like to be in the business of this stuff. So, it could be that you start writing, here's how we do the best accounting software for a house cleaning service, the best truck wrap company that we came across. And why is that? Because if there's some sort of relevancy to your sector and some sort of relevancy to your region, and if people actually read it and it's helpful, your business website is going to be seen well by Google and Bing. And then also, even if you're writing content that might not be that relevant for your end user, you got to remember that Google is going to put it in front of people and it's getting consumed. What happens is, as long as there's that sector relevancy, you tend to get a nod in your homepage and seeing the SEO grow for that. So by having people come to your site and actually consume your content, it's kind of like you're proving you're good in that sector. Think of your sector relevancy. So you can rely on what's it like to be in the business of that, and other business owners will find you, and you can even start getting links from people that you're not in competition with, particularly in these home services areas. Build relationships around the U.S. and get them to feature each other on your blog, like write about each other, get in some mastermind groups and start sharing information back and forth, get in a BNI group or find the other BNI groups that have guys in your same sector, whatever that looks like. And don't be afraid to link back and forth to your site. So that'd be the other thing is blog and write on your website. Take some time, 500 to 1,500 words sounds like a lot, but if you dictate it and then you kind of go through and edit it, it will go well. The last thing is get reviews, okay? If you grab your smartphone, you open up your Google My Business thing app, or if you go onto your computer and go into Gmail and go up in the upper right-hand corner, you can hit Google My Business. And once you do that, you will see that there's a new link in there that says share or get more reviews. Take that link and send it to folks, right? Everybody that you worked with, don't bother them big time, but ask them 3 or 4 times for a review, okay? People are busy and they forget, and they want to help you. If you solve their problems and you did a good job, they want to help you, right? They really do. They just usually are busy. So text the link to them. Text them later that night when things have slowed down and say, hey, did the link work? After that, the next morning, have it be in their inbox so they can remember, right? Now remember, sometimes when you ask for reviews, there's people that are like, oh, I'm completely satisfied, but really they didn't like the way you helped them. So you got to be okay with that. And some people are just never going to do that. If you can't get a Google review, a Facebook review looks really good too. If you search your business name and go to your Google My Business, and on the lower right-hand corner, you can see all the different reviews that get aggregated. It could be Home Advisor, Thumbtack, Angie's List. You've got Zillow for real estate agents. You've got all these different platforms out there. Some of them get aggregated into the Google My Business platforms. Those are all really good. Trust Advisor, you could sign up for that. That's extra money. You could do Podium. That's another service where they kind of help you get reviews. We help our clients get reviews. We have an automated system that we build in where all you'd ever have to do is enter your customer and move them along either in HubSpot, or we have a different system. But anyways, get reviews. Follow up. If you get more reviews than your competitors, your business will absolutely transform. So hopefully these are helpful things that you can do throughout the summer to grow your business. Give us a call if you want help connecting with customers. Boy, I tell you what, when it comes to Google reviews with our Google ads that we know how to run here, we really know how to fill your sales funnel and move them through. And then we know kind of the best systems that'll help you out. We'd love to serve you. God bless. Good luck. Let's all find a way to argue hard about politics and still love each other at the end of it. Give each other lots of grace. But absolutely, everybody should focus on our commonalities. But also, there's important ideas being shared right now. And I think it's important that we debate and then get over it. God bless, guys. Good luck.